They are the first Australians, but many Aborigines today feel marginalised. Just 2.5% of the population and lagging behind their fellow Australians by just about every measure, education, health and job prospects among them. Lacking too is any positive recognition of Aborigines in Australia's constitution. In a document which dates back 100 years, there are actually clauses that can be interpreted to entrench exclusion and racial discrimination.
The problem with our constitution is it's ignored the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples, the first peoples of this country, the original peoples of this land. We're trying to get that recognition instilled in the constitution. We're also trying to remove racist provisions that are still persistent in our constitution as legacy of our colonial era.
A referendum to approve an amended constitution is now on the cards. Australia's Prime Minister on Thursday was handed the recommendations of a panel that's been considering exactly what questions Australia's people should be asked.
As a nation, we are big enough, and it is the right time to say yes to an understanding of our past, to say yes to constitutional change, and to say yes to a future more united and more reconciled than we have ever been before.
A group of teenagers were among those who put forward their views on what should be amended. They're just back from a bus trip around Australia, retracing the route of a group of Aborigines who, in the 60s, used their own tour to expose discrimination.
This ride was more to look at the political climate of Australia at this time and including us in the Constitution and removing the race powers that exist in the Australian Constitution.
Outright segregation in Australia has gone, but in some towns, those on the Freedom Ride say they were still met with prejudicial attitudes, shopkeepers not wanting their type in their store. Any change to Australia's constitution would be symbolic as much as practical, sending a clear signal that for too long Aborigines and Torres Strait Islanders have been excluded from mainstream society and that their rightful place needs to be reclaimed. Andrew Thomas, Al Jazeera, Canberra.